welcome back to my channel. Right now, I will review some material that I have learned with my lecturer, Mr. Harry Dwi Santoso, from the course of Introduction to Literary Studies. What is that? I will explain about fable, intrinsic element of the fiction, and the function of language in English language teaching. Okay, happy watching this video. My first review it is about fable. The definition of fable, according to the Encyclopedia Britannica, the word fables come from the Latin fabula, which originally had almost the same meaning as the Smith in the Greek. And in the Big Indonesian Dictionary, fable is a story that describes the character and mind of human whose perpetrator are portrayed by animals, containing moral education and character. So, fable is a form of story whose character is usually about animals that can behave and told like human that can be found in the real world. And in the story contains the message that are related to moral. Second is generic structure of fable. First one is title. It is the head of the essay that serves to direct the reader's mind about the general description of the contents of the fable. Then there are orientation. It is a sentence contents at the beginning a story whose function to recognize time, place, and characters from the story. And then there are complication, climax, anticlimax, and resolution. In the story has a moral message from the author, but not all author put the message in the story or problem solving. So you can determine yourself from the whole of story. And the next review it is about intrinsic element in fiction. Intrinsic elements in fiction are the same as building the structure of house, such as windows, roof, door, wall, and so on, which not be complete if one element is removed. And what is the intrinsic element in fiction? The first one is theme. It is ideas of whole story. Second is character and characterization. Character is a person of the story, and the characterization is the character that can be described in speech, thoughts, and view in seeing the problems. There are four types, including the characterization. It is protagonist, antagonist, protagonist, and figurant. And then it is plot or flow. It is the sequence of story that delivered by author, namely forward and backward plot. And moreover is setting that refers to time, atmosphere, and place. And then it is perspective. It is strategy used by the writer to convey the story. It is the first, second, and third person. Likewise, it is language style. It is the use of subject of diction in the story. And the last it is moral value. It's a moral value message or lesson that we learn from the short story. It is usually not written directly, but it is implied and will depend on the reader's understanding of the short story. The last review it is about the function of literature in English language teaching or ELT for high school students. Before that, why do English teachers need to have knowledge about literature? So, using literature to the English is a technique. It helps students learn about first one, four basic skills. There are reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Second, linguistic. It is about vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation, and then translation. Can use textual translation, verbal translation, and interpreting. Okay, what is the practical function of literature in ELT? According to Clutter, in 1990, literature has 4 functions in ELT. First one is literature as authentic material. Second, literature for cultural enrichment. Third is literature for language enrichment. And the last is literature for personal involvement. Okay, therefore my review for the course of the Introduction of Literary Studies. I hope useful for you and see you in the next video.